Welcome to Brownwood, Texas. Baseball. NBA and Millsap Prospects are taking the field, warming up. The field crew is setting the lines, chalking the lines in the boxes, getting ready for game number 2 of the day. Had a game just end a few minutes ago, which is the reason we're running a little bit late. As does the field crew. We are attempting to get all of the technological issues addressed, so bear with us. We may be coming in and out, video or audio, trying to get everything up and running. We'll go to dead air space now, testing a couple of things, but talk here. All right, we're back. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, seems like everything's working good. We got a thumbs up on our audio and our video. Again, it's game number 2 of the afternoon. And in this game is the Millsap Prospects and NBA out of Midland Baseball Association. NBA played the Prospects yesterday to a losing cause. 12-5, the Prospects out of Millsap took that game. Millsap is a well-coached team. They're very intense, very intentional. It looks like that this team is probably been together a couple of years, maybe longer. If not, if they're a first-year team, I'm even more impressed. NBA on the other side is the 10U and is for with the exception of 4 players, is a first-year very young team. This is only their 3rd tournament. The first 2 tournaments were a U-Trip tournament, and for those that know U-Trip tournaments, they can be brutal. We've had all of our tournaments at Lubbock until now, and although the intentions may be good, the way it works, and on Saturday it's an open, so you have AA, AAA, and majors playing, and then they combine them For NBA, unfortunately, the first two tournaments, they were paired on Saturday with the first two teams being majors. And NBA couldn't even get out of the first inning. You know, you're looking at 29, 30 to nothing games, and you know, they're playing kiddos that are, you know, been together a long time and large. We had a game in Lubbock this last time in a tournament. We had two players that were 10U at about 5'11" or 6 foot playing the corners. Every time they hit, they didn't just barely get it over the fence. They put it in the parking lot. And so it does make it challenging for these first-year teams or these young teams to, you know, to get any playing time and get some innings under them whenever you're forced with that, you know, situation. And then on Sunday you come back and then they bracket you back and try to make it a little bit more of a fair fight. And now, you know, I'll never understand why on U-Trip they don't put the majors together, playing majors on Saturday, triples playing triples, and doubles playing doubles, and get the best out of those three. I think more than anything, it's a money issue probably for these organizations more than it is trying to get the kids in a competitive situation. So we come to Brownwood, and first time we've been here, and this is an absolute beautiful field and stadium. There's our park. There's just been a lot of money put into this park. It's the Burt Massey complex in Brownwood, Texas. They put some money down for this complex. The fields are great. The fields are very well kept. The stands, the dugouts covered. They have we're announcing from back behind the plate on a table that's been provided along with 110 electricity for us to be able to do all this. They have vendors on site, and this is not a big tournament. There's not a lot of, you know, a lot of teams turned out like normal, but you would think there would be. There's places out in a center turnaround where people have brought their RVs and set up. I just, my hat's off to Brownwood. And then this tournament has been equally yoked, where these kids are AA teams. And granted, some of these AA teams have been together a lot longer than others, but nonetheless, they're AA teams playing one another. And it makes it for more competitive atmosphere and situation. And it gives these kids an opportunity to get out of a first inning and learn how to play the game of baseball. And so what a great tournament this has been for NBA. NBA lost their first to the Millsap Prospects. They tied their second last night in their doubleheader with the Honey Badgers. And so we're back in today to play this good team from Millsap. So they continue to warm up in the outfield. The Millsap Prospects are in left field to center, warming up, and NBA is in right center to right field, warming up. The coaches for the two teams, for the Prospects, head coach Brandon Sims and assistant coach Bob Crevier. I'm going to try my best to not butcher this name. Head coach for NBA is Braden Blaine. Assistant coach Zach Gould. NBA is a true academy out of Midland. It's owned by Mike Munguia. Mike is a legend in the world of baseball. He's played or coached at almost every level. Mike's put this academy together. It's been around since, I believe, 17 or 18. He's got all the way from 9U to 14U in this academy. I'm not exactly certain, and I'll have to talk to Coach. The academy is about 125 strong, and he starts these 9 and 10Us out, and you know, he's very clear about kind of how he sees this going for the Midland Academy, and that is, you know, when they come here at 9 and 10, he'll make the statement: if you're coming here to win rings and trophies, you're probably not coming to the right spot. You're coming here to learn the game, the physical aspects of it, the mental aspects of it, knowledge of baseball. And then beyond that, all of his coaches that work at NBA, their goal is to take good boys, turn them into better young men, turn them into better men. So it's a holistic approach to teaching the sport of baseball as far as Mike Munguia is concerned, and he's doing an excellent job. They their home stadium is the Christensen Stadium there in Midland, where the old Midland Angels played at one time, where Midland College is located. That's where they work out 2 to 3 days a week, all ages. It's a really nice facility. Mike's done a real good job at putting that together and giving these kids the best chance at learning this sport. We're proud to have people from Millsap, the Millsap surrounding areas, Weatherford, listening today. Although this is a broadcast that's televised live on YouTube and sponsored by Endeca Crude Express and DBAT of Midland, NBA we're partial to it. That's our kids play on that team, and my son plays on this team as well. But we always want to include the other team in our audio and video broadcast. We want to give an opportunity for our opposing teams to be able to have the granddads and grandmoms and sisters and uncles and aunts and maybe parents that are out of town the opportunity to see their kiddos play when otherwise they might not be able to. And I hope that's the case here for this Millsap team. Maybe there are some parents, grandparents, kinfolks, friends that are able to tune in today and watch them play where otherwise they weren't ever going to be able to, or very seldom be able to. With that, I don't know the kiddos obviously very well for the prospects, but I try to do my best at giving a good visual on who's up to bat, a last name and number when I can see it, who's playing in what position. I don't have a lot of stats on of course, no stats on the prospects, but I try to do my best to be as fair as I can about it and give them the fist bumps as it were. And but today also I was handed a lineup from the prospects from a young lady that's with the team. I appreciate her doing that. And so that's going to help me be able to call out names as they come to the plate. And as I can see them in the field, they get quite a distance sometime in outfield, but I'll pick them out in the outfield if their positions are moved, and I'll try to share that with everyone. So we're proud, honored to have Millsap Prospects family and friends along for the ride today. I generally have a co-announcer with me, Brian Jordan, out of Midland, Texas. He's not with me today, so I'm going to be doing this single-handedly, and a lot of times I get names wrong. I get involved in the game. As I said, my son plays, and I overspeak or speak too much or not enough or shut smooth down watching a play, but I'll try to do my best to stay on point. Again, Endeca Crude Express out of Midland, Texas, custom crude oil haulers for all the majors. They have made this possible through video, through the equipment, to be able to do this week in and week out. And we certainly appreciate that. They've been in the business a long time. The company ranks at the very top of the list in safety and service. If you're in this business and you sell crude oil and you got a marketer, they can tell you where to go. You can tell them where to go as far as getting that crude oil hauled. You can lean on them a little bit. And we ask that you consider Endeca Crude Express, because I believe that there's not a finer company in the country that handles that crude oil than Endeca. They stretch all the way from New Mexico down through West Texas, East Texas, South Texas to Houston. They haul diesel and gasoline fuel all the way as far as Arizona, but their main axe is crude oil hauling in that Permian Basin area. So they're sponsoring your kiddos. They're getting them out there to be seen, and they're putting forth a lot of expense and effort for this sport. And if you ever have an opportunity, uh, look them up, give them a chance to haul your crude. Chris Wilson over at DBAT, we appreciate him so much. He's also a coach. He helps coach with Mike Mungia. He has a son, Aiden Wilson, who is an outstanding player for the 13, 14-year-old group. And he works closely with this bunch. Chris also, of course, with DBAT has many excellent trainers at DBAT that train ages 5, 6, all the way up to high school, college kids in pitching, fielding, hitting. Some of the best trainers in the country. Most all those trainers have been involved from birth up into the major leagues. They have coaches and trainers that have been in the Detroit Tigers organization, in the Houston Astros organization, and the White Sox organization. They played major, obviously D1 ball. This facility and academy, or facility DBAT in the Midland Odessa area is absolutely a diamond in the rough. As we see the two coaches come together with the umpires to get the rules of the game, to I think flip to see who's home and away, which is about to occur. So head coach Brandon Sims, looking out on your left, head coach for the Millsap Prospects, and head coach Braden Blaine on the right for NBA. Umpires today were the umpires we had yesterday. Did a great job, called a fair game, called fair games both times, good games both times, worked hard to get it right. We appreciate everything they do. But to finish up with DBAT, we have seen so much growth in our kiddos because they've had the opportunity to go to NBA, get a coach, and really hone in on their craft. So, I always encourage parents of players to do yourself, do that child a favor, get them involved in training and coaching once a week at DBAT, and watch them grow. You can't take them up there and get them a lesson and expect that fixes all their problems. You got to get to know the coach. The coach has to get to know the player. They need to work through it. They need a regiment, a once a week, twice a week regiment, getting to know each other and getting to, and seeing what their strengths and weaknesses are. And it is unbelievable at the growth that you'll see from your player when you get there, because a lot of times as dads, they don't want to listen to us. We don't know a dang thing. We're the dumbest people on the planet till they get about 26 to 30, and then all of a sudden they realize we went to school or something in the last year and learned how to be a parent and a coach and so it just more times than not, someone outside can do a lot better job at coaching the kiddos than we can, although we think we're the best. DBAT in Midland, give them a shot, give them a call, give Chris Wilson a call, give Coach Barry Kiefer a call, or Coach Barry Russell, Coach Josh Turley, Coach Dennis Schrum, all of them high-level coaches. Give them a call, get set up with them, get out there, get that player a lesson or two, or 3 or 10 or 20. It looks like taking the field. Defense first will be the Millsap Prospects. "21 Miles Merriman is catching today for the Prospects. Number 24, Cade Overturf, will be on the bump to start for Millsap today. On first base, number 2, Aiden Elliott. On second base, number 13, Rowdy Crevier. '53, Waylon Elias will be on third base. Joey Creech, number 6 for NBA, steps in to bat. And he sees a strike as the first pitch of the day. It's a nice inside pitch. That's in there for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. There's a hit out to center field. It's going to drop right in front of the center fielder.
Go, Joey.
As Joey gets on first base with the single. Stepping in now will be Wyatt Murray. Wyatt will be in the number 2 slot. Number 5 is his uniform number. Joey Creech over on first base is going to get a pretty good lead probably. He's very, very fast on his feet. He's an all-around great athlete, but the boy is grease lightning when he runs. That's 2 pickoff attempts by the pitcher for the Prospects. Pretty close. He's got a good move towards first. It's a pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Joey steals second, is in sliding. There was an attempt to pick him off, but ball was a little bit wide. So we got Joey Creech in scoring position for NBA. There's a hit, a high fly ball out into center field. Center field's under it. He misses the ball. Runner is advancing to third. We now have runners at the corners. Wyatt Murray on first. Joey Creech on third. Braxton Sims, number 7, will step in. No outs. Again, yesterday's game, it's the first game of a doubleheader for NBA. They played this very team. The Prospects got I beat 12-5, so losing calls for them. Braxton Sims steps back in. Runners at the corner, no score. Pickoff move to first, not in time. Your lower video, your shot on the lower part of your TV is behind home plate. Your upper right is first base. It's looking back at first base, and your upper left is looking back at third base. There's a foul tip back to the screen. Braxton yesterday went 1 for 2. He had 1 hit, and he got 1 hit by pitch on the elbow, although he's good against this team. That pitch is outside. The coach sends the runner to second. Hit him around. On deck's Jace Gould. There's a ball low and in the dirt.
Good eye, Braxton.
Ball's coming. Outside low just a little bit. The hitter's ahead of the pitcher. Both runners at second and third getting a sizable lead. There's a swing and a miss by Braxton. Count goes full at 3-2. Payoff pitch. Ball's coming. Oh, inside. That loads the bases. That loads the bases for Jace Gould. Number 26, Jace's dad is down on first base. Assistant coach. He wants his son to come see him safely. Here's the pitch. That's inside, almost on the hands. Gets out of the way in time. Bases loaded. Low for ball 2. Number 70, Cal Cook's on deck. That's in the dirt.
Good eye, Jace.
Catcher does a good job getting out in front and getting to that ball. Catcher number 21, Miles Merriman for the Prospects, doing a good job behind the plate. There's a swing and a miss by Jace. That was down low, got him a little bit low there, but good swing nonetheless. Jace has a lot of power. He connects, it's gonna go. Here it is. That's a strike. Pitcher comes back nicely. There's a courtesy throw over to third base just to keep the speedster Joey Creech a little bit closer, because he is going to run if he gets a chance. Pitcher just wanted to let him know he's still there. Oh, that hit Jace Gold in the shoulder. That will bring in a run on a hit batter for the first score of the day. 1-0 NBA. Bases still loaded for Cal Cook, number 70, out of Stanton, Texas. Where's it, Greenwood? Gould on first.
Knock it out, Cal.
There's a throw back to third. Again, a little courtesy throw just to keep him honest. Gould on first. Sims on second. Murray on third. Cal Cook in the box. Number 70. Swings and misses for a strike. Still no outs. Here comes a pitch. There's a hit. It's back off, foul, off the net. Goes back into the field to play. Pitcher's ahead of the hitter. That's a strike. He strikes out Cal Cook for the first out of the game.
Let's go, Marshall.
Marshall Hall steps in, number 10. Ball hits that inside corner for a strike. Here it is. That's outside. Oh, calls that for a strike.
Go, Marshall, you got it.
That's crazy. Number 2, Noah Hernandez comes in with the bases loaded to see if he can get some runs in. There's a hit back to the backstop. That was a nice, strong hit. Noah has got a really good bat. He's also speedy. He's got a great understanding of this game. There's a hit out to right field. Right field's under it. It drops in front of right field. 1 score in. 2 score in. Murray comes in. Simmons comes in. Gould gets to third. And Hernandez gets to second. That was a close play at third. Almost got Gould picked off there.
Bring him home, Damian. Be there, Damian.
NBA is a runner at second, a runner at third. Damian Ochoa, number 80, in the box to see if he can bring these runners on second and third around. On deck, Silas Bryant. There's a hit back up to second baseman. Second baseman misses it, goes through his legs. Gould comes in to score. Hernandez comes in to score. And Damian Ochoa gets on a single. An error through the legs of second baseman. Silas Bryant, number 3, is going to step in to hit. And John Williamson on deck. What do we do now? There's a pause in the play. The umpire is talking to the head coach for NBA, discussing we don't know what. If it's up to the NBA coach, he's trying to find out where there's a really good ice cream place to go to. That's what's going through his head right now, is this double dip of something. Number 3, Silas Bryant steps in with that pink bat. He hits a pop-up. It's a foul ball. Damian Ochoa is sneaking out off of first, trying to get a little bit more room to get closer into second. He decides to steal, and he's off. Delayed call there for a strike. Silas behind in the count. Ball's inside for a ball, and runner Damian Ochoa, 80, advances to third on that pitch. 2 outs. Outside. There's a swing, a hit, a foul outside of the gates.
What's up, Silas?
Down right field side. Reminds you, a runner on third. Ooh, inside, pretty close to that bill of that helmet
Good eye,
on
Silas.
Silas. He gets out of it just in the nick of time. That'll give you nightmares tonight.
Make sure it's in there, Silas, before you swing.
Pitch is on the way. Checks his swing.
Oh, boy. All right, John, come on, buddy.
Draws a walk. John Williamson, number 1, 4. Men on the corners, that's high. Runner on. Has a steal into second. Runners in scoring position.
Good eye, John.
Good eye, John. Good eye.
Good eye, bud.
Good eye, bud. That core. Woo! Boy, that was almost on that hand.
You got it, bud.
Hip. Watch it.
It's all right, bud. Good swing.
Watch it.
Come on, Bubba. You got it.
Fine, go ahead and load.
All right, buddy. You're all right.
John Williamson strikes out. That ends the inning, but not before 5 runs are scored. 5-0. Bottom of the first. Coming up. It's time for a little bit of trivia. Now, the rule here is don't go to your googly. You got to try to talk amongst yourselves, figure it out. Which MLB player had the highest single-season batting average by a right-hander in the post-war era and was the first right-handed batter to win the AL batting title in 2 consecutive years? All right, so I'm going to repeat that. MLB player with the highest single-season batting average by a right-hander in the post-war era and was the first right-handed batter to win the AL batting title in 2 consecutive years since Joe DiMaggio on the 2 consecutive years. I hear somebody to the right say Cy Young. I'm going to give y'all some time to talk about it, discuss it.
Charge the ball, John. Charge it.
Which MLB player had the highest single-season batting average by a right-hander in the post-war era, also was the first right-handed batter to win the AL batting title in 2 consecutive years since Joe DiMaggio? That player married another professional athlete, and that would be Nomar Garcia Parra. Nomar Garcia Parra. Starting on the bump for NBA today is Braxton Sims. Catching Braxton is number 26, Jace Gould. There's a hit, high fly ball. Jeremy Creech, shortstop, gets under it, floats over to his left, makes a beautiful catch for out number 1. Joey Creech. What did I say? Jeremy. There I go again, Dad. Jeremy's his dad. Joey's his son. Pitch in from Braxton Sims, a little high on the outside. This is a left-handed batter that's up for the Millsap Prospects. Number 42, Caden Lyons, is up to bat. Left-hander. Hits one right down Broadway, right into center field's glove. However, it drops right in front of center field first for a single for Caden Lyons to get this inning going for these Millsap Prospects. Number 2, Aiden Elliott will step in. That's uniform number 2, third hitting spot. There's a strike in from Sims. Caden Lyons over on first, sporting that yellow sliding glove on that left hand. Pickoff attempt to no avail. Cal Cook, number 7, is playing first base. Number 5, White Murray, is over at second. Number 6, Joey Creech, is at short. Number 1, John Williamson, at third base. Got a runner First to second. It's a steal, standing up. Left field, Noah Hernandez. Center field, Damian Ochoa. Right field, Marshall Hall. There's a runner. First to second. On a pass ball. Gould comes up quick, the catcher, to get to it and get back. And hold that damage to just a stolen base. One out. There's a hit. It's a pop-up. Infield going to second. Second base. White Murray has it for out number 2. Nice catch by White Murray.
Come on! Woo!
Number 24, Cade Overturf for the the Millsap Prospect. I'm going to say that probably more than once today because we're from Midland. From the Millsap Prospects is in. He swings. He has a good high fly ball into center field. However, shortstop is falling backwards to catch that ball. What a wonderful catch for Joey Creech. Wow, good job to leave that runner stranded on second at the end of one. 5-0, NBA. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is the only continent? What is the only continent where coffee grows naturally? What is the only continent where coffee grows naturally? I'm going to have just a mix mash of trivia today.
Yeah.
The only continent where coffee grows naturally. I've got an affection, a love, a lust for good coffee. My grandmother, being from Louisiana, raised me right on chicory coffee. A little crazy I was, but raised me right on chicory coffee. I love coffee. The thicker it is, the better it is. My granny would always come get me up and say, hey, you want a little snort of coffee? Well, that's how she'd wake me up, call it a snort of coffee. If the spoon could stand up in it on its own, it's thick enough. So I thought I'd throw a little coffee trivia in here for those coffee drinkers today. The only continent where coffee grows naturally. Don't be looking at your googly. Here's Joey Creech. Joey's having a phenomenal day in defense. He steps in
All right, Joey.
for a strike. Pitcher's quickly ahead of Joey. Foul tip to the back of the backstop. Number 25, Overturf, is the pitcher on the mound. Again, throwing to Merriman behind the plate. Kicking this second inning off. Top of the second. Swing and a miss. Catcher drops the ball. Has to throw down to first to record that out. And it is an out number 1. White Murray, number 5, steps in to bat.
Go Wyatt.
White got on last inning. Braxton Sims, number 7, will be on deck. Has a pitch inside to White. White has his whole family in this weekend watching at Brownwood, Texas. Mom, dad, sister. He has a sister that's a senior this year. She's headed off to OU. That's high. Gets away from the catcher.
Good eye, Wyatt.
She's headed off to OU. Going to get a degree in nursing. I couldn't talk her out of the OU. So there's only other thing we can do that's right, and that's support her, right? We wish her all the best, even at OU. Wyatt Murray draws a walk. That makes sister smile over there. Braxton Sims in. See if he can get wide on around these bases. That was almost a pitch out. It looked like maybe on purpose to see if they could catch that runner stealing. Wisely, he gets back to first. Outside, ball two. Head coach Braden Blaine coaching off third base. Assistant coach Zach Gould coaching off first. Runners on the move. There's a throw down to shortstop to try to tag runner at second. Runner does get in. Sliding, putting him in scoring position. Braxton Sims steps back in. Braxton draws a walk. Puts him on first. Man on first and second, Zach Gould's son, Jace Gould, number 26. Will step in. And his wife, and Zach's wife's Hillary. So Jace's mom is Hillary, not Lisa, but Hillary. We love you, Hillary. You're a good sport. It's an inside joke. Outside and high to Jace.
Go, Jace.
I remind you, we have a runner on second, runner on third for NBA. Oh, that goes behind the head of the runner. Here comes White to try to score, and he's in standing up while Braxton Sims goes on over to third. Oh, almost into the head of Gould. Draws a walk. That puts runners on the corner as time is called for coach's intervention with the Millsap Prospects. Coach Braden Blaine is also going to take the opportunity to gather his troops. Everybody's trying to get strategy going here. The Millsap Prospects want to stop the bleeding. The NBA wants to cut that gash open a little bit further. Looks like there will be a pitching change. Overturf comes off for the day. Hands the ball over to number 14, Brazos Sims, for the Prospects. Brazos is going to warm up here. Blue's going to give him some time to get heated up. That first throw from him, it looks pretty darn good. The only coffee grown naturally on a continent, the continent is Africa. 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 How about that? So the score is 6-0. We're in the top of the second. No outs. No, correction, one out. Looks like they're almost warmed up. Let's go for another trivia question. What is the only bird that can fly backwards? It's the only bird that can fly backwards. You sure about that? Sure, that's the only. I don't know if y'all heard that out there on TV, but there's only one bird that can fly backwards. And you're right, sir. It is the hummingbird. You get to clip my toenails. That's the prize. That's the prize. You shouldn't have answered so fast, sir. You got to be careful.
I got a grinder.
God, I didn't answer now.
You're a meanie,
I
sir.
know, I'm terrible. I set you up. All right, play is resumed with Cal Cook, number 70, steps in. He's showing bunt, pulls back. Runner holds on first. No steal attempt there. Runner's on first and third. Cal Cook steps in. That's outside. Runner is on the move, safely uncontested into second base. So that puts two runners in scoring position with only one out, with Cal Cook trying to bat him around here. That's inside, almost hits the ankles of
Good eye,
Cal Cook. Cal
That's a
says
good one, buddy.
Cal says it didn't hit him. I could tell you that, because if that ball would have hit him, the ball would have blown up. Cal's that tough. Cal's mom, DeLee Cook's having to watch from, and Carter, their son, his older brother, 12-year-old, having to watch from Stanton today. That's miserable, not being able to get your son, to get to watch your son. Cal hits over to a dribbler over to first base, gets met in the line of fire for a tag. That is out number 2, but a runner does score, leaving one runner on third with Marshall Hall, number 10, in to bat, and Noah Hernandez on deck. That's a strike. He goes around. Pitcher's quickly ahead in the count. That's outside and in the dirt.
Good eye, Marshall.
Gets Hall swinging for out number 3. Going into the bottom of the second. The score is NBA 7. The Millsap Prospects nothing. Braxton Sims will return to the mound to continue pitching. He's uniform number 7. Cal Cook will be on first again. White Murray on second. Joey Creech on short. John Williamson on third. Number 2, Noah Hernandez out in left field. Number 80, Damian Ochoa in center field. And number 3, Silas Bryan will be in right field. I don't think there was any defensive changes. Looks like the same lineup as last inning. Jace Gould will be catching Braxton Sims. And a little bit about Jace. Jace caught his first game last night. Hadn't ever caught. And he did an outstanding job, and in fact earned the MVP. NBA was down, I believe, like 11-2. And in the last inning, I think the last inning, they came back and tied the score to end the game in a tie. Jace Gould is one heck of an athlete, and plays football, flag football, tackle football, plays, of course, baseball. Very competitive, not scared of anything. He had a near catch that he had to lay out for on the left-hand side, down third base side yesterday, that just was unbelievable. First time catching, he's just doing such a good job. Back in play, Millsap number 13 hits one down the right side, just foul, off the foul line about 5 feet. Crevier, number 13, is up to bat. He steps in with nobody on base, of course, trying to get something going here for the Prospects. That's high and over his head. It's kind of confusing today because both teams are wearing blue, almost the baby blue. The only kind of the difference, big difference, is there's pinstriping for the Prospects. You might not be able to see that on TV. They may just look the same color, but they're both baby blue, so it's hard to distinguish them. I will tell you that they were wearing brown socks. A lot of these kids are traditional. They've got those pants pulled up, the knicker style, which I love. That's a hit back to Joey Creech at shortstop. He's up with it nicely, throws over to first, just not quite in time by a step. Crevier gets to first base to be safe for a single as number 14, Brazos Sims, steps in to see if he can get something going here for these Prospects. Crevier is going to take a pretty good lead off first. There's an attempt back. Crevier's back in there standing up. Rowdy Crevier. He's stretching it out. He's getting into that pitcher's head just a little bit. Steps off the mound, but no throw. Time's called just for a minute to get a little bit of a wrist protector here going for number 14, Sims at bat. I like that good old-fashioned knicker style. There's a throw. Rowdy back in, standing up on first.
Coming to you, John.
Runner's off. There's a pickoff attempt to first. First over to second, but not quite in time, but good idea. Really good shot at that to pick off that runner. Didn't work, but that's how you get better. So now Rowdy's over at second with a pretty good lead. There's a hit down to first base. First baseman comes up with it, runs it to first for the out on Sims. Unassisted play to first by Cal Cook. Rowdy makes it over to third, just 60 feet away for number 33, Pierce Griffith. Pierce Griffith steps in for the prospect. Pierce Griffith steps in for the Prospects. A little bit of a time for equipment malfunction down on third base. Number 13, Rowdy Crevier, is getting his shoes worked on a little bit. Nice handshake by number 1 down there, thanking the umps for what they do. We're back in play. Rowdy's ready to go.
Quick feet, buddy.
Pierce is in the box. Threatening to score are these Millsap Prospects. That's an outside ball. There's a hit down to third. Whoa! Holy moly! There's a line drive to number 1, John Williamson, playing third base. John snags that line drive and then goes to third to catch that runner at third base, trying to get back, but not in time. A double play by number 1, John Williamson at third base, getting them out of the inning and leaving the Prospects scoreless for that inning. Wow, what a nice play. That's exciting. And that was my son. I get a little turned up here. Wow, I hope everybody got to see that good on that third base camera. That was just a beautiful play. I'm a little partial, but that really was nice.
Proud dad alert.
Oh, man, thank you. That's a Noah Hernandez dad. And speaking of Noah, I think he's coming up to take a whack at that ball. Number 14 for Brazos. Number 14, Brazos Sims will be on the bump for the Prospects, throwing to Merriman behind the plate. Here's a good one. This is going to be good for the kids. What is Bluey's dad's name? What is Bluey's dad's name? Our teams are in blue today, both of them. And so I wanted to do a Bluey tribute. What is Bluey's dad's name? My 6-year-old daughter has it correctly, but I'm going to give everybody else a chance to figure it out. She is the #1 caller, although she's local. She might get an ice cream cone today for that. Oh, I got a smile out of her. There's a hit by Hernandez that goes foul. Play has resumed. Noah Hernandez, number 2.
Boy, Noah.
Into bat. Noah yesterday got hit by a pitch and a walk against his team. There's a swing. There's a hit right up center field. Gets past the center fielder for a minute. Noah gets on first, getting this inning going. And we'll see if Damian Ochoa, number 80, can continue
Go, Damien.
this good luck. There's a ball on the outside. Catcher does a good job wrangling that in there. Noah Hernandez on first. No outs. Ochoa 80 at bat. On deck, Silas Bryan. There's a swing and a foul back to the backstop. Noah has to come back to first. He was on the move. There's a ball, an attempted pickoff that gets past the first baseman out into the outfield, and that advances Noah on a steal. So now we've got Noah Hernandez on second in scoring position for Damian Ochoa at the plate. Noah's on the run. There's a hit back to the pitcher. Pitcher over to first, out at first. But the runner does advance on that blooper back to the pitcher, to third. Runner 60 foot away while Silas Bryan steps in and John Williamson is on deck. There's outside in the dirt. Runner is going to attempt to steal. He's in, sliding safe. Noah Hernandez in there safe for a score on a wild pitch. Score is 8-0. Top of the third. Base is empty. There's a nice pitch by that Prospect pitcher, number 14, Sims, catching that corner on the outside, deliberately thrown. Nice job. This boy's got some heat. That's an inside ball. Silas stays out of it wisely. That would have been a jam if he'd have swung at that one. There's a hit back up to second baseman. Second baseman is up to it. To first baseman for out number 2. That's a nice play
Come on, John.
by the second baseman for the Prospects back over to first. Well played. John Williamson steps in for a strike. It's a nice pitch.
Nice and loose, John.
There's a hit back to the pitcher. Pitcher's up with it over to first base. 4 out, number 3.
It's all right, bud.
All right, boys. Bring it home.
Hour and a half.
So that was the question we just had. What is the time limit on these games? It is an hour and a half. Hour and a half. It's not. Yes, sir.
Thank you for having patience.
Yes, sir. No, no problem. So this is a timed game, so it's an hour and a half. It's not innings, it's time. Little League's time and innings, but it's an hour and a half. They'll call the game at an hour and a half and finish up the inning they're in. I don't know exactly when this game started, but I think it's been about 45 minutes. I'm not certain when it started, but hour and a half, no run rule, no inning run rule, no per inning run rule. I do believe, though, there's a maximum number at the end of certain inning. If there's like 15 runs separating them, then they call it. I'm not sure on that rule. All right, so we're back at it. Braxton Sims back on the bump, delivers a strike. There's a high fly ball. Catcher's under it, and just out of the reach of the catcher,
Good try.
Jace Gould. What a good try by Jace Gould. Jace hustles every time. Quickly, he gets back, but just right off his mitt. Braxton Sims continues to pitch off the bump. Jace Gould catches him. Same defensive setup. There's a hit to center field, just over the head of Joey Creech into center field. Center field's up with it to the cutoff. Limits that hitter to a single. That hit was by Jet Jackson, number 5. Single on him. Cal, number 7, Cal Logue, or Loge, L-O-G-U-E, I'm butchering it, is in to bat to see if he can get Jet to come on around to get something started for Millsap. It was a good hit by Jet. Really nice hit. There's a Jet's on the move. He just jetted to second base on a steal. The batter getting some instruction from the coach. Batter stands pretty close in on that plate. He's not scared to crowd that plate. His hand's probably over the plate. Runner, Jet Jackson on the move to third. In there standing up for a steal. So now again they have a runner just 60 feet away. No outs. Ball's a little bit low. Throw over to third to John Williamson. John puts the tag on him. Just barely in the nick of time was that runner back safe. Nice throw and catch by the pitcher and the third baseman. Third baseman Williamson gets back over to third, trying to see if he can get another pickoff attempt. There's a runner coming in for probably the first run of the day. So it's a wild pitch. And the first run of the day will be Jet Jackson on a steal, number 5 for the Millsap Prospects. That gets them on the board. Number 7, Griffith steps back in. There's a pitch. A little bit low for ball 4. Louis, let me just stay on his first name. Kyle takes first base. On a walk with Merriman, the catcher, of record right now for the Prospects stepping in. Merriman brings us back to the top of the lineup in the number 1 slot, number 18. There's a steal over to second. There's a hit up to first base. Cal Cook has it. He's up over to first for an unassisted out. But the runner for the Prospects, number 7, Cal gets over to third, and he is now 60 foot away. Here's a...
You ready, John?
Number 53, Max Merriman, steps in. Number 50, I'm sorry, Elias. Number 53, Waylon Elias, forgive me, steps in. Again, a runner 60 feet away. If Waylon can get something going. There's an attempt. Woo! Back over to third. Runner and third baseman both got lucky. Third baseman dropped it. Sims gets back in on the mound to come to 53. There is a foul ball back right between almost my eyes. Jace Gould back up with it. Remind you, number 7, Cal for the Prospects on third.
Coming to you, John.
There's a foul tip down the third base. Well, the third base dugout. Waylon Elias. Waylon's up. Lower camera on your TV is from behind the catcher. There is a hit, strong hit, out to second baseman White Murray, just outside the reach of White. But that allows another run to score and gets Waylon Elias on first with a single. That brings the score eight to 2 with 1 out. Bottom of the third. There's a conference on the mound between Coach Braden Blaine and the infield. Doing a little strategizing here. The umpires had enough of that. He wants that to stop. He thinks they can get back to play and get this going. These umps have done, again, a great job this weekend, calling such a good game, calling good games, and helping these kiddos every chance they can. Just couldn't ask for a better group of fellers and more fair. Number 20 steps in for the Prospects, Blake Cameron. Blake is a tall drink of water. They're feeding him well in Millsap, Texas. Let me tell you. He gets into this ball, it might be over there where they're playing softball. It's inside for a strike. Runner, Elias, goes to second on a steal, uncontested. Good eye by Blake Cameron. Was that ball? That's a ball. There's a pitch in there high. Blake lays off of that. There's a nice pitch. However, out of play behind me. That brings the count to 2-2. 1 out, 1 on. 8-2, favor of NBA. Pitch in the dirt. That is going to drive the count full boat. What is Bluey's dad's name? I hadn't forgot that. We're going to tell you coming right up after this inning. Pitch inside under the armpit of Blake Cameron, and I mean just within an inch of giving him a haircut. That puts him on, walks him. Now we've got 2 players for Prospects on, threatening, first and second. Merriman, number 21, stands in. First pitch swinging, a foul tip over down the left side towards the third base dugout. Let me remind everybody, if you lose video or audio, give us 4 or 5 minutes because sometimes we lose it. There's a pitch, a swing, a miss for out number 2. Give us a little time because it takes us 4 or 5 minutes to get back on air sometime to catch a satellite. So don't give up on us. That means something's happened. There's a swing, a hit back to third. There was a hit back to third. John Williamson goes to the dirt, digs it out, goes to third for the force out, and then back to second to an attempt to double play. Wasn't quite in time, but beautifully executed. There's a hit back up to shortstop.
Yes.
Joey Creech. Joey's up out of the dirt with it over to first. Man, for out number 3 of the inning. Wow, that was a couple of excellent defensive plays by John Williamson and by Joey Creech, third and second basemen respectfully. Wow. This NBA team is a different team today than they have been last few tournaments. Wow, that's an exciting inning. Bluey's dad's name is Bandit. 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 How about that? Who was the first? All right, be listening. You might get another toe cleaning over here, Daryl. Who was the first Marvel character to appear in Fortnite? Who was the first Marvel character to appear in Fortnite? I've got a guess by him. We're going to give everybody a chance to catch up. Don't look at your googly. Not fair. Not fair. You can talk amongst yourselves. Leading off in this inning is Joey Creech, the one that just made that spectacular short to first play for the last out of the inning. It's a wild pitch. Joey shows bunt, pulls back. Pitch goes a little bit hairy. Wyatt Murray is going to be on deck. There's a bunt. Down the right field line, and it dribbles foul. Almost a good bunt. Joey Creech back in. Wyatt Murray on deck. Nobody on. Swing and a miss. Nope. Swing and a hit. Down foul base. Right field line. Foul. I tried to say first base. Back in. Pitcher's ahead of the batter on this one. So swing and a miss for the first out of the inning as Wyatt Murray steps in, number 5. And number 7, Braxton Sims, gets on deck. Number 14 for the Millsap Prospects, Braxton Sims, is still on the mound. Number 33, Pierce Griffin, is on third. There's a swing by Murray. Number 13, Rowdy Crevier, is at shortstop. There's a pitch high to Murray. I think number 2, Aiden Elliott's at second base. They're in for a strike. The count is there's a hit by Murray to center, actually to shortstop. Shortstop comes up with it for an out. That was a nice play by number 13, Rowdy Crevier, for the second out of the inning. Heads up play.
Let's go, Braxton.
Braxton Sims steps in. Jace Gould, catcher, on deck. Pitch is outside for ball 1. Swing and a miss by Braxton Sims. That ball was a little bit low. Went fishing for it a little bit. There's a hit to center field. Center field, actually second, comes over, takes control, gets the ball over to first for the final out of the inning. That's a good inning for the Millsap Prospects. The first character. Say that. Famous? We're hearing that Florida State just beat UConn, and we've had a lot of upset UConn fans around here.
No runs.
Wow, that's
Bottom of the board.
that's unbelievable.
I figured it was Spider-Man or Batman.
So the first Marvel character to appear in Fortnite is Thanos. Thanos. Again, Daryl guessed it. He tried to guess it. He incorrectly guessed it, so he now gets to do my toes for a second time.
Oh no.
Get those clippers out.
Get a chainsaw.
Chainsaw? They're not that bad. There's a hit down left field side. Ranging over to his left is number 2, Noah Hernandez, for the catch. Beautiful. That was a smoker to left field, and Noah gets on those wheels and gets over on a running catch for the first out of the inning. Number 24, ArborTurf for the Prospects, hits one down the right side, foul just by a foot. What a play by Noah Hernandez out left field. These NBA boys are on fire in defense right now. ArborTurf 24 steps back in. ArborTurf back to the pitcher. Pitcher back to first, Cal Cook, for out number 2 of the inning. Nice fundamental plays. Nice fundamental plays at this point for NBA. This is a different NBA today team. Playing well. There's a throw. There's a hit by Cravier, number 13. Just outside first base for a foul. Rowdy's done a good job in defense today. There's a hit. He had just hit a nice ball. Wow! Out to center field. And the center fielder makes a sliding catch for the out. What a good job defensively. Damian Ochoa for that out in center field. Sliding catch to end that inning. Wow, good job, Damian. All right, here we go. What is the name? Let me get this right. Who played? No, first off, let's do it this way. What is the name of the fairy in Peter Pan? What is the name of the fairy in, boy, I'm telling you, that was quick by Blue. He won that one. I'm going to go ahead and just let him have it. It's Tinkerbell. Way to go, Blue! Tinkerbell, that's right. Now remember that, because I'm going to have another little trivia question that's going to tie to that. So coming up for Gold is the first batter in this inning. Number up for NBA, number 26, Jace Gould, will be coming up for NBA. We're in the top of the 5th. The score is 8-2 in favor of NBA. We're about an hour and 11 minutes into an hour-and-a-half maximum game. That ball goes a little bit wild. The pitcher still number 14 for Millsap. Gould sporting that hot pink bat. There's a hit back to the pitcher. Pitcher comes up with it over to first for out number 1. Good fundamental playing by the Prospects. They know what to do. Cal Cook, number 70, steps in, and he sees a strike on that outside corner. Nobody on, 1 out. That's outside for a ball. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That is in there for a strike. There's a tip ball. Back, hits down on the plate. Foul. Pitcher's ahead of the hitter. That is a ball inside. Almost hits Cal. But Cal, in those cat-like reflexes, gets out of the way. That's low. That evens the count, 2-2. Low again for ball 3. That is a full count. Cal tries to get to base early. That's Cal. He's early to everything. He wanted to get over there and get started. That's what he wanted to do. It's a full count, 3-2 to Cal. There's a hit by Cal down the left field side. It looks like it is fair. Nope, foul by about 4 feet. Down the third base side. It was a high fly ball. Cal's battling real good here. DeLee, Mom, Cook, DeLee Cook back at Stanton. You can be proud. He's got a great game going. There's an inside. That does get him on first base where he always wanted to be. We're now going to see Marshall Hall step in, number 10 for NBA. We'll have Noah Hernandez, number 2, on deck. There's a strike. Cal's taking the lead at first. Runner Cal Cook steals second. That is out number 2, or strike number 2 to Marshall Hall. Strikes him out. Cal runs to third on a steal, gets in safely. As Noah Hernandez, number 2, steps in to see if he can get Cal Cook, who's 60 foot away, home for a run. There's a hit down to third base side, gets past third base. Cal Cook comes in for the score. Noah Hernandez is on fire. Nice single for Noah Hernandez over to the left side, just out of the reach of the third baseman. Damian Ochoa, swing and a miss. Silas Bryant is on deck. That ball's high. There's a throw to second, and an attempted pickoff on a steal doesn't go the Prospects' way. Runners in there safely at second in scoring position. Damian Ochoa. I had that wrong a minute ago. Damian Ochoa, number 80, is into bat. My apologies. Damian's going to try to bring him around. He's on the move. And Noah's in third safely, now 60 foot away from a score. Damian steps back in. There's a foul tip back to the fence. Number 14, Sims, is still the pitcher for the Prospects. Noah Hernandez getting a really good lead on third. In fact, he may be picked off, and he is out. He got caught a little bit too far from third base, and the pitcher picked that up, and he really didn't have any choice but to come on in. Good play by the Prospects at home plate to get out number 3 so that they can get another chance out in the field in the offense to see if they can get something going. They need a rally here. Number 10, Marshall Hall will be in right field. Number 70, Cal Cook, will be on first. Number 5, White Murray, will be in second. Number 6, Joey Creech, will be at shortstop. Number 1, John Williamson will be at third base. Number 80, Damian Ochoa will be in center field. Earlier making that great catch, sliding on the knees catch. He'll be in center field. And number 3, Silas Bryant will be over in left field. That's your setup. Behind the plate, 26, Jace Gould. Warming up, again, back on the bump. Pitching for NBA will be number 7, Braxton Sims. Braxton has done a great job today. Mom, Dad, I know you're having to watch. Aaron and Lisa Sims are having to watch this through YouTube television today. I wish you could be here. Your son is just pitching a great game. The team's playing well. We miss y'all. We know we'll see you next week in Lubbock, Texas, as NBA plays in a U-Trip tournament up there next week. So everybody be waiting, be watching for times so that you can watch them on YouTube television. The first pitch, a little bit low and past the catcher for Braxton. Braxton comes with it. There's a swing. It's down third base line. Third baseman gets, no, it's not foul. Third baseman has it tipped off his glove. And there's a double to start the inning. No. Coach Braden Blaine is bringing the team together for a conference. Get a little strategizing going here.
That's where I'm unclear sometimes.
Number 33, Pierce Griffith is up. He's got a man on second. There's a hit to center field. And Damian Ochoa, wow, gets back under that line drive for another out for that center fielder, Damian Ochoa. That freezes that runner at second.
Coming to you, John. Got a lefty. Coming to you.
Game's an hour and 21 minutes in. There's 9 minutes remaining. There's a pitch. There's a hit. Back to White, second baseman. Second baseman's up. To first baseman. There's a play at the plate as the runner Sims, 14, comes on around and scores. Although, great play by White Murray, number 5, wrangling up that hit, throwing over to first, 4 out, number 2. That does score the run, though. First baseman didn't get it back to home in time before the player stole. Number 7 for the Prospects, Cal, is up to bat. Bases are clear. Nobody's on. Foul ball back behind us. The score's 9-3. 2 outs. 0-2 count. 8 minutes left in the game. Pitch gets past the catcher. There's no runner. Braxton's thrown well today. I'm sure he's getting a little bit tired. but he's hanging. 1-2 the count to number 7, Cal Lewis from Millsap, Texas. There's a hit to center field, back up. Damian Ochoa in center field is up with it. Back to second he goes. That's a nice little single up the middle by Cal. That keeps him in the game. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Braxton will yield that ball to number 2, I think. Everybody give a round of applause to Braxton. Woo! Braxton Sims comes off the mound with a great performance today. And he's going to turn that over to number 2, Noah Hernandez. Noah will come in relief to try to close this one out. Who played Peter Pan in the original Broadway version of Peter Pan? Who played Peter Pan in the original Broadway version? Who was that? Don't look. Oh, can't look. Can't look. Just think about it. Who was that? Who played Peter Pan in the original Broadway production? I got some folks behind me that should know a lot of answers to these next couple. We'll see what they know about history there in their area. Defense will remain the same for NBA. Wow, I don't know what happened there, but the Prospects just have their third out. A runner took off. I believe that was an intentional out by the Prospects to get them some more time to be able to bat, I think. So the time didn't run out. We were getting pretty close. We were down to 3 minutes. And had they stayed on the field, because this is a new inning now, they wouldn't have had another opportunity to bat. So I think that was an intent. It did look confusing to me. Good move. It's a good move by the coach. Coach Brandon Sims, head coach. Bob Crevier, assistant coach. For the Prospects, Damian Ochoa comes up. First pitch swinging. Over to second base for number 18, Max Merriman. I think maybe out there in second base now. Maybe I'm wrong. Second baseman over to first for the out for the Prospects. Silas Bryan's up. And there's a pop-up infield. Catcher and first base trying their best to get to it, just out of the reach. But a good effort nonetheless by Merriman behind the plate. And number 2, Aiden Elliott at first base. There is a hit to shortstop. High fly ball. Shortstop's under it. Number 24, Cade Overturf, records that out. John Williamson, number 1, in. Push in. Foul ball. Don't get under it. Get to it. Hands to it. There's a ball outside and low. 1-1. There's a hit between second and shortstop. Shortstop's up with it. Throws over to first for a nice out. That was a hot hit ball over to short. Short's up with it quick. Throws a bullet to first for the out number 3 of the inning. So here we go. This will be the last at-bat for the Millsap Prospects. Last inning one way or the other, last. So here we go. This will be fun. The person that played Peter Pan in the original Broadway production version is Mary Martin. Mary Martin. Now, who played the most hated and loved actor on the series of Dallas? Who played the most loved and hated person? Yep, of the show Dallas. Now, that's going to be some of us oldies, probably. The most loved and hated character on the show Dallas.
Larry Hagman.
He is correct. Larry Hagman is that individual.
And I'm not cutting your toenails tonight.
Dang. Thought I got a third there. Did you know, Daryl?
No.
Daryl Hernandez, the father of Noah Hernandez, who's about to pitch, number 2, on the mound to try to close this out, sitting with me. Did you know ketchup was once sold as a medicine for indigestion?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it was once sold as a medicine for indigestion. Now, I don't know about you, but tomatoes, tomato paste gives me indigestion.
And vinegar.
Oh, and vinegar, yeah, goodness. First ball there for Noah is, our first pitch is a ball. That looked good to me. Merriman, number 18 for the Prospect, has stepped in. There's a foul tip back behind us. Drives that count to 1-1.
Be on your toes, John. Be ready.
Exciting last few minutes of this game. Ball 2, 2 balls in a strike.
Hey, don't let that fall off.
There's a hit past second base into center field. No, Damian Ochoa up with it, comes back into second. They've got some action working on first base as number 53, Waylon Elias, comes in
You, John.
with number 20, Cameron, on deck. There's a steal to second by a prospector.
Merriman.
Coming to you, John.
They got a runner in scoring position. Hernandez Dills comes in. That's a strike. Runner's going to third.
Runner.
And he's just 60 foot away from a score. Waylon up to bat.
was a strike.
Runner on third. Elias in the bat. Here comes the pitch. That's outside. Count is. What's the count? Can't get a count. There's a swing and a miss by Elias. Ball gets away, but there's not an attempt to come home by number 18. I think they're going to be a little bit more careful. Max Merriman over on third. They don't want him to get thrown out, so they're going to be conservative probably on the run here. Here's a pitch. There's a really strong hit to outfield. And Damian Ochoa, another fine catch in outfield. That does bring a runner in for the Prospects, but that does get an out. The NBA just 2 outs away. From ending this game if they can.
9-4.
9-4, NBA, 1 out. Cameron, number 20, will be stepping into the box. This is this tall young man that they have, they put a lot of Miracle Grow to this boy. He's tall. Number 20, Cameron. There was a mound visit by the coach. They broke that up. Hernandez is about to deal to number 20, Cameron. There's a hit to shortstop just under the glove of Joey Creech. That puts the Prospects back to the top of the order. Number 1 in that rotation is Miles Merriman. Number 21 uniform, number 1 in batting spot. Top of the lineup, 1 on. They're going to face the meat of the order here, and here we go with 1 out. Can they make a change like that? Something not right there. So we might have had maybe, I don't know what happened there. Anyway, there's a visit at the mound by Blue. I'm not sure what happened, but we're back in play. Merriman, number 21 up to bat. Number 20, Cameron over at first. There's an attempted throw. It gets by first baseman, and that lets that runner advance to second. Runner at second base, 1 out. Merriman in. There's a pitch really tight inside, backs him up a little bit off that plate.
Jeez, guys, come on.
It's true.
You're fine, man.
Yep.
No, take a breath, kid.
Right down the middle. There for a strike. That's nice. Be moving.
Ready, bud. There you go. Right there, Noah.
strikes against Merriman. Here's the payoff. There's a swing, a high fly ball. Third baseman gets under it, but drops it. That gives a man on first and second. Lines in there for a strike, swinging. There's a hard hit to right field. Silas gets under it, misses it, throws to second. That advances the runner. That's a double, and advances the runner to second and third with one out. And Aiden Elliott steps in for the Prospects. There's a hit down left side, but foul. Nine fours the score with 2 on.
Come on, Noah, you got this. Take a breath.
Number 20 at third base. Cameron. There's a foul ball down third base side. Pitcher gets ahead in the count, 0-2. You gotta be quick. That's why your feet are working. There's a wild pitch. It's covered though by the pitcher, comes in. Nobody moves.
Way to cover, Noah. Come on, Noah.
Outside and high.
Come on, Noah.
The count is 2-2
Hey, Noah.
to Elliott. With Cameron on third. And I believe Elias, I say no, who's on? Hit out to center field, scores 1 run, 2 runs score. Nice double by the Prospects. Wow, this game's getting tight at 9-6 with Overturf. Kate Overturf, 24, stepping in. Will be 1 runner for them on second. Have a visit in the mound by Coach Braden Blaine, trying to get his guys settled down. The Prospects have done a great job bringing this back around. Wow, we have a pitching change. Noah Hernandez will go out. John Williamson will come in.
Here you go, John.
Silas Bryan will move to third, I believe. Jessica Jones-Williamson, you have been doing our game changer. We appreciate you. It's tough. That's my wife. So I'm going to ask you, or I'm going to give you this little piece of trivia. Jessica, did you know that women could not apply for credit without a man's co-signature until 1974? Did you know that? Women could not apply for bank credit without their husband's co-signature until 1974. Oh, now here we go. She said that's when they realized that women could manage money better. Now, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. All right, John Williamson comes on to try to close this out. He inherits a runner on second base. Overturf is in, and he inherits a runner at first. Nice. First pitch in there for a strike.
Come on, you got this.
There's a hit back to center field. Center field bobbles it a little bit, but comes up with it. There's a runner scoring. Single. Now we got runners on first and second, and the score is 9-7. Getting dicey as number 13, Rowdy Crevier, comes in.
You got it, John. You got it, baby.
Get to your ankle. Get to your ankle. Runners advance to second and third. Get it down. Get your arm down, stretch. Stretch. Yeah. Crevier up. He did. That's gonna tie the game 9-9. What a nice hit out to center field. Number 14, Sims up to bat. Number 33, Griffith on deck. And that's the game. What a great hit. And the Prospects of Millsap come back in unbelievable fashion and leave a devastated NBA with a loss of 12-11. Here's your score. Good job, Millsap. Let me finish by saying that Mary Martin, who played Peter Pan, was born and raised in Weatherford, Texas, Millsap. How about that? She was also the mother of Larry Hagman. I was going to tie all that together. What a good weekend of baseball. Didn't turn out like NBA wanted it, but man, what an exciting game here. Millsap did a great job. They came back nice. They never were down. They battled back nicely and deserved the win. It's a great game by them. We wish them all the best moving forward. We're going to be in Lubbock next week. So watch that YouTube channel, see when we come on, and come back with us. Until next week, have a safe week.